Oh man, I wish I could find a way to better advertise Apothic Press.
Just back it already.
Whoa, Crom, what are you doing here? What's this? The Madness Roku Network? Sponsorship? 1 month of playing your 30-second ad on the network 3 times a day? Oh my gosh, for $20? And you can't beat that.
Just back it already.
All right, Crom, I'm doing it. Awesome. Hi, I'm Tanner Hurley, founder of Apothic Press. I back the Madness Roku Network, and so should you.
Fairview's coffee has mysteriously gone missing. Mayhem ensues when strange, coffee-craving zombies plague the city. Detective Mickey Potatoes, an overworked public servant, uncovers why ordinary citizens are losing their minds and how to stop the coffee apocalypse. But it involves the mafia. And when you're dealing with mafia crime families, nothing is ever easy. The mafia controls everything in the city, including the police, including him. If he breaks the mafia, they will break him. So, the city is without coffee. The city is burning before his very eyes, but he's powerless. Detective Potatoes has the power to stop the coffee apocalypse, but if he does, he could lose everything.
Hey, so I can actually make things run now easier. The room's a little bit of a mess, things are a little dysfunctional, but I am back on an actual computer. And it only took almost 1.5 years to get this thing fixed and going. Yay! I'm back. So I am sorting photos and going through stuff from the trip, which is going to be interesting to say the least in some regards, and it definitely means you guys are going to get to see some of what I've been doing for the last while I've not been around. This could go really good or really bad depending on how it is, but it's going to be interesting. I'm going to be sharing some art. I do have Discord, Daniel. Fuck's sakes, 1 sec here. I never remember the information for it, so it's like my friends get it by me sending stuff to them last minute. So give me just a sec to look it up for you, and I don't care if people add me there, and then I kind of decide if I want to put them into the full server and stuff. What did they make the stupid name to? La da 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 da. This is me trying to be functional, right? I got a very basic name, but I didn't care. Hey, Parrot Head. So if you search that in Discord, you'll find me. And you should recognize my face pretty easily for the avatar, so. Other than that, I'm actually really excited to share some of this stuff with you guys because I have been working. This is stuff. So I'm making folders, I'm figuring stuff out, and I'm getting things in order so I can actually break them down further. And it's not a simple, quick task, but it is an interesting one. I have several cameras to sort. I have several things to do. And you guys can get a glimpse at what I'm like when I'm out being a photographer. Thank you, Parrot Head. I'm trying to be functional, which is always fun for me and kind of crazy. And I've been to a few places lately because I wanted to explore. I wanted to do things. I wanted to see things. I wanted to have fun. Because I had so much crap I had to do. So much crap. That I might as well have a little fun while I'm at it, right? Hey, Hex! I don't know if you want to come hang out while I'm doing photo stuff, but I'm around if you decide to. Like I said, this is just the crazy stuff I've been doing lately, like snap a picture when we had the almost full blood moon rise the other day, stuff like that. So really try to just focus because I've got my good camera now. I've got my computer. I've got my good camera. I've actually got a laptop that's functional. I actually can freaking do shit again. And it's crazy. We're getting my programs installed, so I'm actually going to be able to start working on doing the proper edits and the bookwork and stuff again. I'm back. So a little bit happy, a little excited, definitely in the zone for going. And it's going to be an interesting time. So got the moonshot, was one of my favorites I took recently. Now, one of my favorites I've ever taken, I didn't have the greatest camera for it. It's not a perfect shot, but it's what it was. I actually did off one of the mountain peaks in the Black Hills a few years ago. I actually got the shot of the full blood moon on Friday the 13th. Which was actually kind of really cool, actually. Not gonna lie, that's cool. The simple edits to finish the pictures and stuff, I don't believe in changing the content of a picture. In other words, any edits done to make it print quality have to be basic clarification or brightening, enhancing what's already in the photo, not changing it, not changing the color, not adding things or removing things, just slight enhancements because of the lighting situations and stuff like that. That's my personal viewpoint. And because I need to crop things a little bit because I kind of tremor when I'm taking pictures, if you can't kind of tell. But yeah, I love moon stuff. I love this freaking Nikon. It gets so close to everything. I swear I love it more. Hey, Robert. So yeah, these photos here, if you actually see this is Bear Lake in northern Utah, and I took a bunch of different photos of the area. You can see the clarity of the water and stuff. I was just having fun exploring with the new camera. And I've got so much I have to do with this stuff, but I'm just having fun. I'm getting into my work again, and I'm having fun. And Lord knows I'm dangerous enough when I get in a good mood, right? Right? Yeah. So I took pictures of flowers, of plants, of every little thing in every little place I could. I got hives. I took pictures from a distance of plants I'm very allergic to. So there's little tiny bugs everywhere. Palms. I have explored. Dangerous normally. I'm not sure whether to take it as a compliment or an insult, actually. So I think I'll go with we'll decide. I've been trying my luck with things and exploring. And I'm falling in love with the work I'm getting to do. And some of the places and things I've gotten to see and do. Shots like this, slightly enhanced, are going to be absolutely amazing, popping off the page. And I don't have to change any context of the image. All I have to do is brighten the image slightly and clarify it slightly. That's it. And look at that. I didn't change the colors. I didn't anything. I just enhanced what was in the photo. That's what I'm talking about. I don't believe that photography should be changed to the point where you can't recognize the original context. It should have a purpose. It should have a meaning. It should have significance. These were amazing places and views I got to see. Places I went. It was not a trip for fun. It was a trip because we were dealing with a family member who's dying, and it was a trip where I had to go into LA. Come on, me in the city? Oh, God. God almighty. Yes. But I did. So I wasn't going to do all that and not get something out of it. So this is what I got out of it. Things that I have to edit and smooth out because the beginning and end tend to get choppy on my videos because of my hand tremors. But you get the image here. You get clips, and it's hard for me. Yeah, Hex, I met up with a few people, and I didn't really message a lot of people to try and meet up with them just because I couldn't do everybody. It's not that I wasn't trying. But yes, I was in LA for almost a week. Well, LA area, outskirts, and through the city, and part of the time in Hollywood area, and all over the freaking place. And it's been a weird few weeks. So now I go through and I scan through the zoo photos and all the stuff I've done. And I go and I look for the place that I need to be. Because I took a bunch of stuff. I've got a bunch of things I need to do. As I go through all this stuff, as I sort everything, as I organize everything, my life has taken on a lot more complexity. But it's a good complexity. I am genuinely eager to do a lot of the stuff I'm doing now. And so that goes to the Salt Lake City Zoo for those pictures to be sorted. And then I get to the next section. I don't know why things happened the way they did. I don't know how. But my life has just been like amazing in some ways and crazy in others and hard in others. And I guess the biggest thing I'm learning from all of this is whatever comes at me, I'm going to overcome it. So saith the bitch. I mean, it is what it is, what it is, what it is. What it is, what it is, what it is. I mean, yeah. 816 so far from that one. and 712 in that one. Okay, so then next goes into this. This one does not have much. This is the one I used for very specific art shots only. So basically, they're not in there for the zoos. It was just used for a few of the outdoor shots we were doing. And then we go into this camera, and oh my goodness, this is going to be the one that's going to be. This is what I do all my art shots and stuff in. And I do some crazy stuff, and I get some amazing shots. Considering I shot that through the windshield at highway speed. Not gonna lie. I'm a little ghetto and a little rowdy. I'm just gonna say. But I do some good shots. And I get some interesting art modes. So it's an interesting world when you're doing this kind of work. And it's a life I never thought I would have until the last few years. And I'm so grateful for every day. It's a life I can't imagine giving up now. So these are all pictures I took of the storms as we were going from Wyoming into Utah. So this section, I go through these storms. I will deal with those shots later. There's a lot of things I have to do with editing those and for the art mode photos. So that's a whole other ball game that's going to take some time and some editing. But let's scroll down to the zoo photos because that's where I need to go. Still not there. Still not there. Got it. Okay. Yeah. But you got to admit, good shot? Yes. Pronghorn. Definitely a part of my childhood peeking up as a focal picture. Yeah. So this is, I guess, the easiest way to show people what I really like when I'm not on stream. When you see this folder I'm currently going through to find certain pictures to move into the other folders, this folder has almost 8,000 pictures. Yeah. And I emptied every camera when we left for this trip. So, so we get down here to the zoo photos and we click here and we scroll down through that zoo to when we left. Is that all of it? Yes, it is. Okay. Each one has its own thing. And that was the Salt Lake City Zoo. Hi, Paul. And yeah, I'm a little obsessive with my photography work. I'm not even going to lie. But I do love my work. And I get so into it and so involved. I really do. I get intricate shots and fun angles and weird stuff, but I love it. I love it so much. And no, not every photo is a success, especially when you're trying to tweak with weird art modes and you're trying to do little twists and tricks, and they're not all going to be successful. And so part of being this kind of an artist, part of taking these kind of photos is expecting a certain amount of failure rate, is expecting a certain amount of throwaways, and then expecting a lot of edit time or cleaning and other stuff. Thank you, Bob. I love what I do. I love being a photographer. I really genuinely do. I could get really self-conscious because I know I have weight issues, but then again, there I am. And that's me in Universal Studios, so. Yes, a little obsessive parrot head. Thank you. So, Malibu Beach, yay, and the Big Bear Lake area heading out of Redland. And all the plants and animals that gave me massive hives and bites everywhere because apparently I'm allergic to South Cali. To be fair, if Hex is still around, I may end up going back to Cali yet because I'll probably have to go out for the funeral. So if that happens, and if I do have to go, maybe I'll meet up with you then. Maybe. So we'll stay in touch on that one. So the plant and other stuff. And I work 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 and I work. And yes, Joshua trees, because I don't see them around where I grow up. Yuck at some degree, yes. The tree versions, no. I'm weird. I know what I am. Hi, Riot, and welcome back, Robert. So this is just kind of giving you guys a glimpse of what my life has been like lately. I would be running from place to place, traveling constantly, doing events, dealing with people, and while doing that, I would be taking pictures constantly, out the window, everywhere we go. Oh, thank you, Parrot Head. Hey, Steffi, sweetie. I keep telling you, Dixon airplanes. Anyway, so I had to face a lot of things in my life. And I have enjoyed a lot of things, but yeah, even when traveling, even when my husband's driving full speed down the highway, either I'm helping him drive at times so he could get some rest in the car, or if I'm in the passenger seat, I'm planning things, I'm writing things, I'm planning schedules out, I'm taking photos out the window, I'm hopping on the streets to see how people are doing. I'm working that whole time while traveling, while dealing with everything. So I've been in this constant state of boom, 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 boom for weeks and weeks right now. And I swear, maybe it's a little why I'm so hyper when I start talking to you guys. Maybe. It's sometimes fun to tear them apart. I'm not even going to lie. There's a little part of me that kind of gets to enjoy some of that because it's like having virtual punching bags. Not going to lie, and I'm not going to say it's healthy. It's probably not very healthy, but fuck it. So, this shot, which does need slight enhancement because it came out a little grainy on the dark side. So this shot here, which I will just tweak exposure and highlights just a little bit. Contrast just a little, and the shadows down a little. And then just clarify just a bit and brighten just slightly. This shot, I took this shot out the window on I-15 going 80. Between the cars beside us. Yeah. And you got to admit, it's a badass shot. So, I work. Okay, I am in the black cameras. Go back to here. So this just is kind of to give people a glimpse at what I've been doing the last few. Now I'm going to go over some of my older photos with you guys that I've been dealing with lately too. So thank you, Paul and Riot. And yeah, it's weird, Cap. Some of the art shots you can get just with black and white, just allowing a little bit of either fisheye or vinaigrette or whatever to occur, even when it's an error, can sometimes make the most beautiful pictures. And I've kind of learned to just roll with that effects, to let that shit happen. That shit's natural. That shit's beautiful. It brings out the beauty. Hey, RC, welcome. And so, yeah, totally blown away. And it was a massive trip. It was a massive adventure. I am not sorry I did it. Even though I got stung by a scorpion, even though I got covered in bug bites all over my legs, and even though I've been pumped full of antibiotics because apparently I'm allergic to almost every plant in that area, I'm still not going to say I'm sorry I did it because I saw things and experienced things I don't usually get to see and experience. Aw, thank you, Steph. there's something to, as much as they can do these deep fakes and try to make realism and stuff, there's something to the moment that has a realism all its own. Oh, happy little accidents with a happy little sledge. I mean, so no, I don't sit still. I don't stay quiet. I don't become this little docile wallflower. That's not me. I do shit. I get shit accomplished. So now we have the Zuta shots. So we go from here, scrolling down, because I did go to a couple zoos and I took a lot of photos at them. And those photos need to be cataloged. Okay. And so that cataloging means I gotta do shit. So that goes to Zuta. Move it over. Yes, Riot. Yes, I was. Possibly. I have all these medical issues. I have all these medical hangups. I have all these sensitivities. You would think that would slow me down a little. Okay, so at the Salt Lake City Zoo, I took just over 1,000 pictures and videos. Suck a fat one, parrot head. I'm not poisonous. Ask my husband. Just saying. Like the little meerkat. I've got to clean this video up and share it. Meerkat digging, meerkat exploring, and go over and see the other one. And then there's Mama. Hey, Dad Man. There's so many places I should go and I should try to see. And I got so many plans. And I actually got to talk the other day when I was out with my husband while we were avoiding a political rally in town. I actually got to talk to a local photographer who's been doing the same kind of photography for years. And we compared notes and gave each other information on where to go. Sandcats do not sit still. Look at this boy. There was a magpie outside of the glass. He wanted it. They're interesting kitties. They look so sweet and docile. They're not, but it's like this shot here. Take care, Riot, sweetie. Mwah. Isn't it great? Isn't it amazing? This shot. These are the kind of moments that they baffle. And yes, there's failed shots. There's always failed shots. Every photographer will have them. The animal moves at the right moment, or the camera defocuses on you for some reason. Sometimes it just happens. There's always an error code. There's always an amount of failure, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. The work is amazing. It's a life that I am so glad I have and that I cannot imagine not having. And I have to go through and pick out all the best here and edit them and make prints and all this other stuff. That's going to have to happen, so it's going to be a thing. This is one of my shots from the zoo. Just saying. So I know photographers who would use magic tricks to remove the mark the bird ate on him when it was on his head. I'm not going to do that. It is as it is in nature. So that's why I said I don't believe in editing the actual context of a photo. Right there. That's raw. That's nature. That's guttural. That is beauty to me. And that's where I'm at. Yay! Hi!
Oh my gosh, it's been a night. All kinds of stuff. Trying to bounce a checkbook, all kinds of stuff. And then people, all of a sudden, you try to talk to all day, start talking to you, right?
How's that one?
Oh my gosh. Hey, what is it? What do we got here?
I'm trying to remember what the full name of the monkey is. It's what I took over in Salt Lake City.
Well, he's got it kind of a nose like Squidward.
I have the photos of them before. They're two-toned monkey with a really long white tail, long haired tail. But I cannot remember the name right this moment because I'm bad with names.
Now, was this at a zoo? That one was at a zoo, right?
Yeah.
Okay. I don't think you'd be getting that close to a monkey out in the wild, would you?
No, but I have gotten that close to some things I probably shouldn't have in my life. I'm just saying.
Okay, well, we passed a snake one day together. And you know what? You are not poisonous. The missus and I know that firsthand. So, yeah.
Although the snake you passed was, I'm just sorry.
It's okay. It's okay. Well, it's the memories. It's the fun, the memories, the oblivious nature of all of it.
Yeah, you just walked right by. We started that way. Oh, there's a snake.
Oh, there's a snake. And the wife had just said something about there's snakes there. And just, what a day. God, I missed that. I really want to go back.
Look at the clarity on the.
Is that the new camera that you got?
Yes.
Wow, the detail is amazing.
I love my new Nikon so much. I'm not even gonna lie. I'm like, I won't let it leave my side, and I won't go in places without it either hanging on my neck or the camera bag on my shoulder, because it's not staying in the car around anybody ever.
Nope.
Nope. No, it's mine. You touch it, and I'll bite your fingers off.
If you're lucky.
That's the first step.
Yep.
I didn't say I would end there.
Oh gosh. Oh, I don't mess with the lady in her camera.
Look at this.
Beautiful. Just the detail of these pictures is just amazing. Even on this little monitor.
Yeah. Look at these pictures. It's just, oh my God. I got so much breathing problems from getting close enough to get those even with that zoom.
Yeah, but it's worth the shot. It's worth getting the shot.
I am that person that will take the shot and then go dose myself with meds after.
Exactly.
Having reactions.
Exactly.
So, I mean, yeah, it would have been great if I'd had a camera like this for some of my older shots, but as you'll see when I switch to some of my old shots here in a minute, look at that happy doggo face.
Wow. That's neat.
And that guilty face. Look at me.
That looks like all guilt right there.
No lies detected.
Yes.
The precious.
Don't mess with it.
Precious. Sorry.
Well, that's how the missus was always with her cameras and stuff. It's like you got enough money involved in it, invested in it. It's like
this one right here for all my dog lover friends. For all the people like Anthony and them, couldn't you see them rocking this as a print in their house?
Now, see, that looks like a nice pet to take home with you and stuff, but we know that those are not pets, though.
No.
You know what?
It's just crazy. Annoying things. But yeah, I mean, I had this there was so much crap I didn't want to do and so much crap I didn't enjoy, but in the middle of all that, there were some great highs. And as much as I didn't want to go deal with the city or the people, I can't complain about going to Universal Studios. It was actually fun. Especially since I had Steve and Jesse there to play tag team on each end and chase away anybody who gets close to me.
You know what's funny is ever since we made that trip up there, it's like, what happened with all the Turons? I love the fact you invented that word, because it's like Since we've been back, we've seen so many things about people and bisons and selfies. It's like,
I've got to be fair. I didn't actually invent the word.
Oh.
The group me and my mom are in that actually deals with Yellowstone and Black Hills tourists came up with it as a group.
it's still good. It's really fits.
It's one of our favorite words, though.
Well, it's one of those that's so clean, though, you can get away with people. They'll buy it and not realize it's an insult.
How's that for a black and white of a signet?
Wow.
It's not so you see every detail of the bird. It's so you see the water reflecting, the shadows, going from the faint distance into the image in front of you.
Let me ask, what is the dark color on the bird's fur feathers? Is that black or is it like a blue? Or
it's a gray tone. They're actually signets to black swans.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. In fact, right here is Mama.
Oh, that's beautiful. That is a beautiful bird.
I love animals so much. I got this through a tiny fencing up into the back in the back of the pen with a couple shots. Look at that. Look at the little fox.
Wow. This thing's so cute. Such deep. I mean, you want to hug them. It is.
So I did all this stuff and I got excited. And then it's like, well, I have to go into, because there's people that haven't seen as much of this stuff. I've been doing this stuff a long time. Okay, now first of all, this was my first session with the Nikon at all. I hadn't tried the camera before. I hadn't used it before. I drove downtown and I took pictures at the river. So I was trying. You could see it was having a little shaking blur issue on the water. It's bigger than my other cameras, and you know my tremor issues, so it's definitely taking me some work to learn it. But I mean, this was way out there. Where with my old cameras, even the best zoom on them, I'd be getting them like in the middle of the picture with a lot of water around them, and it's like,
oh wow, yeah. Still, that's beautiful. Look, picking that brown off that.
And so I got that, and then was fiddling with the different art modes and stuff on the Nikon, as you can tell, and just playing and figuring it out. And that's even the best photographer. Our cameras are a piece of us. It takes us a long time to learn them when we get them, because you have to really master everything about them. This is a type of snapping turtle.
Wow.
Nasty John. I've actually watched them bite other turtles and then fling them off the branches when they want to lay on them.
We have those big gopher tortoises sometimes down here.
We don't have tortoises. We have in Iowa here a fuck ton of different types of snapping turtles, and they get anywhere from like a chunk of your arm here to the same size as a human body, almost 100-pound plus snapping turtles that are solid.
That's crazy.
And those things, I've actually helped rescue a couple of the giant ones. And you want to talk about dangerous work, getting those into a pen and getting them away from traffic? Yeah, it's not fun. No, I think that was the one that broke my heart the most, was one that it got hit when I was on the road. And I stopped in the middle of traffic, and I managed to get traffic away from it and get it into my art crate and get it to the zoo caretakers for help. And it didn't pull through at all. But instead of it's literally, that was the first time in my life I ever thought it was possible that turtles could actually cry. And I'm not just talking about eyes watering. I'm talking about bleeding, screaming, horrible sound, breaking my heart sound listening to that thing. Yeah. But at least I got them there to give it help. And at least for its last hours on Earth, it was pumped full of painkillers, being given its favorite foods. So at least it got to go out happy. Instead of having to sit there on the side of this highway screaming in terror, you know? Right.
Try to comfort it. Yeah, well, I agree. I think all these animals have spirits and beings, and it's just, you hear that. And then like they're happy also. You can definitely tell when an animal's happy. Why wouldn't you tell when it's sad, upset, hurting, or anything else?
Well, it's like there are different ways that different animals express that. This one, I don't know what it caught, but it had something. Look at the hanging down there from the mouth on the tongue. And I watched it bite and pick it up. I think it was some sort of little pink fish.
Mm.
It almost looks like it's got a dog's tongue hanging down, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my gosh. Yeah. I had to look at that closer. Wow, that's crazy.
This one was across several fields, the river, up in the trees, in the back of the tree row. It looked like a speck. I managed to get these pictures. I freaking love the new camera.
I know. I could tell. It's really, really cool. It's just you can definitely tell. It's the detail.
By the way, that's a juvie.
A what?
Juvenile.
Oh, juvenile.
Eagle.
Okay.
And
wow.
Based upon where the markings are on the stomach and then it's starting to get some white here, it is actually just around 3 years old, just starting to turn adult.
Oh, wow.
I can actually pinpoint you to almost this exact month in the first 4 years of their life now because of how much experience I've had with them. Might be a little bit of an eagle nut. And yeah, so I do things, I take things, and I do all this. And it's fun. I go over to the local flower park so I can try a few things out and see how the cameras behave, right?
Mm-hmm.
Look at the detail on this.
That looks like either a brain or like lasagna or mac and cheese or something. I
can't remember the name of it. It is a flower that they actually use for hummingbirds.
Oh, wow. It's really cool looking.
Hey, look, I took pictures of the husband.
There you go. This is a good picture. Hey.
And then we got over there and we found the butterflies. And you know how hard it can be to get great stills of butterflies.
Right.
So there's that. And we just kind of sat there for a bit and I took the pictures and waited for it to move and take different angles. That one I like. Look at that.
Oh, that's beautiful.
And then we just sat there for a bit and tried to take some different angles and different pictures. And there was actually a few different butterflies in the time we did it. But I spent a while on this one before the others showed up, you know?
Mm.
And then there's that one, obviously. Look at the details on this, though. Look at how much you can see every little crevice and crease.
Wow. That is really neat there.
It's crazy, isn't it?
That is the detail. I mean, it's almost like you can see it. You could actually want to run your fingers over it, like you can see the relief from it. You know, it's not just a picture. It's just not like a one-dimensional or flat. I'm not good with explaining it, but you know,
I get what you mean.
It's not just a flat picture. You know, it's got so much detail.
We love you, Steffi. But yeah, so you can tell I was playing around with the different butterflies for a bit while they're the flowers and the butterflies, and it was fun. This was all part of learning how to use the camera and testing how it reacts with different colors. What's a better place to test how it reacts to different colors than a flower park? Right?
Oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
Purple.
That's beautiful.
If you get good quality in purple and red, it's good quality for the color. They're the hardest colors for cameras to pick up.
Wow.
So there's tests to that. This is a local flower park in the city here. And it just was a place to explore a little bit. Play around with the plants and see what I could figure out. You know? So we come down here and what do we got there?
No. More turtles.
Turtles! I love turtles. I am that woman that I will find a way to make everybody stop so I can rescue the turtles on the highways. I do it a lot.
Well, I tell you, we've got with all of our retention ponds and stuff, you'll see them everywhere. And I was on a walk one afternoon, and there were 2 or 3 that were like on a stone next to the water. All of a sudden, they all 3 just rolled over right into the water and just went swimming. It was like so neat to actually watch them move like that.
How about this?
Crane or heron or
Great blue heron.
Heron. Oh, cool. Yay.
And by the way, cranes, egrets, and herons are all the same bird family. Okay. And storks are closely related, but not quite the same family. I like egrets and herons, and I take a lot of photos of them, by the way.
Mm-hmm.
And videos of them, too. Look at this. They are impressive. And then the idiot that drives by, so I have to crop that out of the videos when I make it. Because he just crams himself between me into the parking area to go by instead of going by on the road behind me, like he should have. Because people are stupid.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was shaky after trying to deal with refocusing after that. So there's stuff I have to crop and clip out. But this is what I do. I get these videos, and then you see the animals in their habitat. You see them in nature. You see how they interact and how they do things. And egrets and herons are impressive hunters. They're so fast and so silent at the same time. They move without disturbing the water. They're delicate, and then they go from delicate to vicious in a blink.
I think sometimes we misjudge them by their size.
Right there?
You know. Wow.
How's that for some detail I need to use?
Did you shoot that on your phone?
No, that was on the camera.
Oh, the camera. Oh, wow. It's got a digital recording. Wow.
All of my cameras can record videos with.
See, I don't know all that stuff. I leave the tech stuff to the missus and you great people.
She's like, I do this stuff and I love it. I love what I do.
It's obvious. So your tweets or your shorts and all, it comes through.
So now let's back up a little bit and let's go to the folder here and let's go into this. This is a glimpse at this year so far without all the stuff in those 2 folders. So take out about 20,000 photos I haven't sorted from this year's yet. This is stuff from this year. This is stuff from this year. This is stuff from this year.
You've been busy.
When people talk to me, I try to tell them, you have no idea how much work I actually do with this stuff or the kind of things that I have.
Mm-hmm.
I have some image stabilizing, which is helping. I do have some tripods I'm going to be trying to do more work with soon. Getting there bit by bit. Here's one for you. Coyote carrying off with a prairie dog get caught.
Oh, ow.
Yeah. So there is a certain amount of vicious in nature.
Yeah. I think it's obviously looking at a lot of the Turons we've seen lately. Yeah, there's people have lost lost respect for nature. That it is.
Look at the leg size and shape.
Uh-huh.
That is not a coyote.
So what is that? That's a wolf.
The leg thickness is one of the main factors you can tell because coyotes have very spindly legs. Wolves have very strong, thick back thighs. It's also with wolves, you can see the chest cavity is larger, more filled out. They have a little bit wiser looking, kind of more stout and strong face, and they are bigger.
Mm. Okay.
You'll see both quite a bit out there. Some of these photos I get are kind of crazy, aren't they?
It takes patience. I think sometimes, and sometimes a little bit of luck, because I would tell you, going through those areas, it was, I mean, we only had a limited time. I mean, they just come out. Like, we've seen other videos since we've been up that way, and like, dang, why couldn't they be there then when we were there?
That's a wolf.
Mm-hmm.
But that is not full grown.
Not full grown?
No. If you actually look, you can see that it's starting to fill out. It's at the puppy stage of adolescence. So it's almost full grown.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is the stuff I do. I mean,
oh, it's beautiful. It's a wonderful hobby, and you can definitely have a lot of passion with it, because the beauty of the nature. And I tell you, even as good as these pictures are, they don't really do it full justice. You really, if nobody ever has, you really should go into some of these areas and just look and see it up close and personal yourself. I mean,
it's a life and an experience. It's unlike any other, and it's something you can't replace.
I agree. Our trip went so quick that I look back, I was like, dang it, I wish we could have spent more time in certain areas. When everybody's rushing to the big touristy things, it's like some of those like spots around, the Custer Park and just driving around Yellowstone.
I don't really care about
with the windows down.
Stuff. I'm more interested
in
animals. I'm more interested in nature. Yeah. I'm more interested in the moment like this where you fight a tree full of comrades.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Absolutely.
Thank you, Timothy. It's like, yes, there's moments that I love this. I love what I do, but then I think about my health, and it pushes me to get up even when I'm in pain, which is needed with my health.
Right.
When you don't have a log, use the tire somebody dropped in the water, right?
Hey, there you go. Yeah. Oh my goodness. No.
It's so crazy, but this stuff, I feel so real, so deep, so like I'm in tune with the universe when I'm doing this. This is what I love. This is who I am. And yeah, osprey and eagles and turtles, and put it all aside. And yeah, I've got to sort everything. I've got to figure out the best prints of everything and go through, and I'm going to. And look at the pictures I can take, and it fills me with happiness. I love this. I love this work. I will happily do it until I can't even stand. And then I will do it from a wheelchair in the car if I have to,
Mm-hmm. No, absolutely.
Yes, nature always finds a way. Simple things mean so much more than the greatest advancements and devices of man. We're so arrogant in so many ways, and we're missing the beauty of the world around us. I really believe that we have lost part of our heart with this.
Well, again, like I said, we went on a family vacation, and all the thing, most people are in a hurry running place to place. Everybody thinks big touristy attractions, but the most moving special times were just putting the windows down, driving and running by random nature shots. You seeing, the deer on the road, and,
even habitats in zoos. This is a mama elk washing her baby in a pond.
Mm.
That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
It's a moment, though.
Mm-hmm.
These are things we just can't replace. These moments. Not everything's going to be perfect. In fact, some of the photos, I look at them and I blow them up on the computer and I go, no, I don't want that. I don't like that. But that's part of the game. And there's times you get annoyed and there's times you go, well, it's all worth it for that one special moment. This special moment makes it all worthwhile. I'll be working on them soon. We're getting all the programs reinstalled and stuff on this computer, and we're almost ready now for me to work on them. Look at this. That's in the tree way above me. Does it look it?
Nope.
And yes, that's part of why I'm going through this. I'm figuring out also a little bit while I look, what am I going to have to do? Because I've got a lot to do. I do. And it's just, it's what it is. There's more to sort here that I didn't finish either. And so, like I said, I've got, it's kind of crazy. I've got so much stuff. And look, how about ones like this? Coyote Puppy. And yeah, I have the content. I had a glitch that really pissed me off because for some reason the memory card just glitched and lost a section of my photos this year. Pisses me off. Pisses me off. When you take these, they're all memories. They're all things you worked hard at. It's like a gut punch when something happens, and it will happen on occasion. You can't prevent it completely, you know? Oh, yeah, if I gotta fit. No. But there's crazy moments. Like that. I mean, Badger. Badgers are a whole other ball game because they are vicious. But if you look almost cute, can't it?
Yeah, he looks like a smile, not just with his lips, his mouth, but look at the two brown lines running up on the side. It's like an extended smile.
Well, it's also because he's got a very placid, happy look on his eyes.
Yeah, he does. Exactly.
But they're vicious animals. So you don't want to take one on. And then it's like, okay. Then you get into other stuff. I've been doing this for so long, and it was such a fever. It was I haven't sorted all of this year yet, if you can't tell. This one here. So there's a lot of folders I still have to go through. You do stuff and you're working and you're so enamored and you're so dragged in, and it makes life special. It makes it worth living. It makes it so fucking amazing. And yes, I'm kind of gloating a little bit while I talk because, yeah, I love what I am here.
Well, it's a passion.
I love it.
Now, is that a cheetah or jaguar?
Leopard.
Okay.
I know that zoo well. I know those animals well. I've gotten to the point where a lot of these animals at the zoos that are closer to me know my voice, and will actually come over to the fencing now when they hear me because they're used to me.
Mm-hmm.
That is a bottler eagle. There's something special about them.
I've never seen that kind of eagle before.
They're African.
Is that a red beak? Is that red face beak?
Mm-hmm.
Oh wow!
It's an African eagle.
I don't think I've ever seen that animal before.
I love them. I hadn't until I started doing all this and I started going to the zoos. But ever since I found them, I am absolutely in love with them. I love them so much. A, you know my weakness for eagles anyways. B, find eagles with colors like this. Hi.
You're quick on that draw.
I'm hyper right now. I don't know why.
Yes.
I'm still really sick, but I'm really hyper and wound.
Well, sometimes being sick gets you hyper, and especially when you're passionate about a subject like that. I mean, sometimes this is the best remedy for anything.
Like sometimes I just try to get certain shots, and they don't work well when you're trying to do some things through fencing and in movement and stuff. But when you get the one still that comes out perfect, and you can see all the colors like this, where you can see the blues and the blacks and the grays and the whites and the browns and the reds and oranges all together, that's what makes it worthwhile. That's what makes it cool. Bottler Eagles, I know they have it at Kansas City. I also know that they have one in San Diego. I'm not sure which other zoos have them. I'd have to look into it. But they are definitely one of my favorite animals. How you doing, Lydian?
Thank you.
I know. I'm kind of wound. So yeah, bottlers are like, it's got the beak style like an eagle, but it's got that red in the face, almost like a turkey vulture. It's got markings all over it like a freaking songbird. And it's got a really strong tufted head, like a hardened hawk. And the combination is just unique, you know?
Yes.
Animals! Ow. And that's why I have to shift every so often right now. I'm not feeling great. But hey, at least this chair is more cushioned than some of my others.
Well, you got your butt for that, so you know.
You want to get on camera if you're going to give me sass, little gnome?
You got your butt for that.
Now suck it, bitch. And stay on camera, fuck's sakes. Wow. This is what I get for wanting my friends around. I should know my friends are assholes.
Thank you very much.
I mean, well, they hang out with me. What do they got? There's something wrong with them. Thank you. Yeah, I mean, why do you need camouflage when you can just be gorgeous and take everybody's breath away, right?
Hey, hungry?
I'm going to go through all these pictures and... Wolf. Pregnant wolf. I saw her with cubs about a month later. And actually, if you look at the stomach, you can tell.
I'm still amazed at the detail in the badger with that camera. That was, it's like he is smiling at you. But you know, you did not just a smile, the eyes, like you said. I think that sometimes we look past that, but a lot, like they say, that the eye, look to the eyes is the window of the soul, and that was a beautiful animal.
Well, maybe that's why my eyes are black.
Matches the color of your soul.
I kind of implied that on my own. You didn't need to take the cheap shot. Don't be lazy. The picture that got me absolutely determined that I knew I was going to do this stuff I was going to just be this. This is who I am. That was my first picture I took that I wanted to make a print out of.
Wow.
When I started my photography. And that was out the car window.
Okay, I was going to ask that.
And that wasn't really zoomed either. He was laying in a small amount of snow and the grass sticking through it, right on the shoulder edge of the road, about a mile from the entrance to Wildlife Loop towards the south.
So it was at Custer. Okay. Yeah. Wow. Just amazing. It is amazing how they've adjusted to humans and stuff, and they'll just sit there. Now you got to treat them. They'll charge. They'll do anything at a moment's notice. That's where people don't understand. But we had one actually stand right outside that day we were with you. We got that one picture, and he's just standing right by the car. Yeah, standing by the car, right into his eye.
And then there was the moment when he decided he looked right at the cars and you could see this twinkle in his eyes, this devious twinkle.
Yep.
And then,
yep.
Right?
Oh,
let me scroll through this mess a sec. And then he gave me what, even though it's not the most technical photo I've taken this year, it is my favorite for reasons.
Yes. we were on the back side of him, so we could kind of see what was it, but you actually got he's
just headbutting cars.
Now, was he banging it like a headbutt, or was he just like rubbing his head like?
No, he was headbutting it. The thing is, when he started staring, I was in the line of cars a little ahead of you guys, and he was beside my car when he got that glint in his eye. And as soon as he did, I just quickly gunned it around the line of cars in front of me, pulled in front, and watched.
I remember that.
I do remember that. I'm not going to be near him with whatever he's doing. And as soon as I pulled around and looked back, I saw him walking directly into the road, walked between the two rows of cars going each direction, and just started walking down the center of the road going headbutt, headbutt, headbutt to each car as he went.
When we drove by, he just stood there and looked at us. We just drove by really
like I already headbutted a bunch of people. Get out of my way.
Well, that funny thing was before he did that, when he was on the right side of the road, he actually had looked at his tail and shot all the dung off. I thought he was going to hit somebody's car there for a second, but then he moved on in the street and then down to this one. That was hilarious.
So there's one story I have with this that don't push an animal that pushes back. Bison or bull-headed. Or as my friend Fedorable said, no, hell no, those are furry tanks that'll fuck you up.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a few stories with this of things I've witnessed over the years. Let's start with the one since you talked about flinging dung. The fact that I'm starting with that should warn you this is an interesting story.
All
so
right, cool.
I'm trying to go up Iron Mountain. And there's a section there that connects to the park where the bison can get into it at times.
Right, yeah.
And we're backed up. And the bison are in the road. And this Hawkeye, of course, I swear almost all the dumbest tourists are Hawkeyes. And all the biggest assholes are Texas or Canadian and the Black Hills. I don't know why. So it's a weird dichotomy. It's really weird. But the really dumb ones, like the woman who got flung into the ditch, de-pantsed by the bison, was from Ames over in Des Moines area. So Hawkeye driver. And I have this visceral rivalry rage with them. I don't like them. I don't get along with them. And it's not about sports team. It's about how they act. So I'm sitting there going, why do I have to be stuck behind a Hawkeye? I came all the way back to the Black Hills and I'm still stuck around these assholes. And this guy kept trying to push and push and push and get the bull that was in front of us to get off the road because he didn't want to wait.
Right.
And so we go, and he kept getting a little closer, trying and honking at it. And eventually he got too close, and the grill just brushed the leg slightly of the bison. And the bison tried to look back right at him, right at me, backed himself up, lifted his butt up, and put it on the hood so hard it actually tipped the car slightly, and then just took a dump down the grill. And then kicked the car and walked off. It's like, I'm just sitting there going,
Yeah.
fuck. I didn't care I was back there. I didn't care about anything else. This guy was not going to push him and get away with it. I mean, it sat on the hood so hard, it actually picked his back tires up a little.
It's a big animal. I actually remember that, Van. That was one of those memories you can't forget right there in that scene. But that one you just told was crazy. But they do it. These people go through these parks and just want to run through. When we were there, we had that one guy with a convertible and the blonde with him and Mr. Retired guy. It's like, dude, you're coming through a wildlife park and you just want to. It's just like, I don't know. Like you said, there's moments. It's life. These are special moments. Take your time and enjoy them,
So you remember me telling you I don't get along at all with the whole Buffalo Safari company.
Right.
I have a big problem with how they act in the hills, and I really think they need to be disbanded by the rangers, actually. Because they violate the park all the time. They violate the laws there. They push the animals. They speed through it. There's all kinds of shit they do.
Right.
So there's one day we're going through, and you reach the end of the loop. Right before you get to the part where you go back north a bit to the entrance, there's a little road called 4 Mile Draw there that turns off to the south.
Right.
We got there, and right before we hit 4 Mile Draw on the road, you could see that everywhere just in front of the 4 Mile Draw, the road was covered in cars and bison as far as the eye could see.
Okay.
And this was in birthing season, and there were babies running around, and hey, no, I don't want to get in the middle of that. No, I don't want to do that,
Mm-hmm.
So we went, okay, we'll just go up 4 Mile Draw and we'll watch a bit from the top and then leave, right?
Right.
Because if we first go there, you go up a little bit, and there's a spot at the early part of that road where you're way above the road, but you're close, and you can actually watch what's going on for a little bit without being in the middle of it. So we go up there, we pull off up there, and we're watching, and this Buffalo Safari guy was pushing so close in with the car in front of him that there was no gap for the animals to go through.
Holy crap.
And he did this, and the baby was on one side and mom was on the other. I watched this little bison calf haul off and kick that vehicle so hard it picked up and moved his back end.
Whoa.
That's insane.
Whoa.
Because he was not having anything between him and Mama. And by the time he did that, Mama was coming over to kick it too.
Yeah.
So we're sitting there going at him from above.
That is so awesome.
This
Revenge.
is how I grew up.
Yeah. But that's awesome. Well, I need to head out for tonight. We'll be seeing you tomorrow night, right?
Yep. We have our
Right.
setup. Starts an hour before I started this tonight because we set it for 9 o'clock your time or his time. You're both over in there in Eastern. Whatever.
Yeah, everybody refuses to acknowledge the supremacy of the Eastern time zone. So
because you're not supreme, so
it's
It's actually a pretty good time zone. It's in the middle, pretty much, in North America.
Yeah, see? Hey, there you go.
Anyway.
Well, thanks for having me on tonight. It was great watching some pictures, and definitely another time or you more tomorrow night, whatever you want to do. But hey, look forward to seeing you tomorrow night. And nice to meet you, Lydian. Good to see you. Lydian. Yep. Okay. Talk to you later. Bye, guys.
Take care, Dad.
Bye.
Yeah, if you remember, I talked a bit about meeting up with a guy and his wife to actually give him a tour through the hills and take him to Crazy Horse this summer.
Mm-hmm.
That was actually him.
Oh, cool.
So when he was talking about this photo, I actually took while he was in their car right behind us.
Nice.
And I was showing him through the loop. So. It's been that kind of crazy thing. Is I'm excited because I'm actually getting able to work again a bit. I have some flaws and issues I have to deal with, and I'm still trying to find a good editor that I like. Look at the newborn. He's cute. But I'm getting there. I am actually making progress. And I'm actually on my computer. Holy crap, right?
It's surprising.
I was trying to get to the point where I could actually start testing out my editor program tonight, but we're having issues and it's not ready yet.
What program are you using?
We've got a few I'm going to run some test markets on to see which one I like better. But I need to get it installed. I need to get all that going. But I just didn't have time. I just ran out. Look at this. Look at that old bull.
He looks tired.
I know that feeling. I know that feeling very well. I was like, I don't know how much we've actually discussed some things, how much we haven't, but dude, it's just been crazy lately. So I'm starting to get my workspace back, and that's a big plus to me. It really is, but then there's this.
Komodo?
At Reptile Gardens, yeah.
Those things are dangerous.
Yeah. Actually, their sign saying it when they're explaining their diet, they list foolish tourists in the diet on their sign there.
Nice. Ooh, like there's this one video of a Komodo. It's so brutal. It kills a mother deer that's pregnant and then slices open the womb and swallows the unborn newborn right like that. It's crazy. Yeah, and like considering if that thing bites you and you get away, you're still in trouble.
Because it has toxins and flesh-eating bacteria in its bite.
I know.
It is crazy, vicious shit. I mean...
and they don't look fast, but they're fast.
See, here's the thing, Tim. Nature, no matter how much the little hippie dippies will do nature's such a beautiful, pristine scene. It's like, no, nature's a violent, brutal, psychotic place where everything's killing each other.
Or humans.
Bonus. Sorry, I'm a little dark today.
You look kind of pale to me, but you know.
Suck a fat one, fuck. So, without peeking at the information, what is that?
I do not know.
Magpie.
Oh.
It's a type of crow.
Yeah, I know what a magpie is. I just
they're screechy. Oh my god, they're annoying. So I love what I do, and I'm not upset by much. And it's a great job. It's great work. And I'm very proud that I get to do it, you know? And for all my issues and for all my medical issues, I shouldn't be as good at this as I am.
If you say so, but nonsense.
I shouldn't be able to get these kinds of shots with my tremors constantly in my hands. It doesn't make logical sense. And I remember Will laughing at me one time. We were hanging out and he was watching me. Because he literally watched me sit there going, shake, 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 tremor, brace on the edge of the car, snap, 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 snap. Hey, look at that shot. And he's like, you were shaking the whole way through it. It's like, it looks good. It's like, I don't care. I'll make it work. I will make it work.
Well, camera technology has come a long way.
It's not just the camera technology. Thanks.
I'm just saying, like, if you've ever developed your own film from from way back in the day when there was no digital, oh, it's so difficult in terms of one little shake could cause it to be messed up. And when you go develop it, you're like, oh shit.
How about the wet newborn bighorn sheep?
Looks cute.
They were wet. They were umbilical cords hanging and all wet. New. And it's crazy. And I know that's how they are. They come out and it's barely born with the umbilical cord dragging on the ground and doing this stuff, you know?
Well, yeah, they don't have like a doctor to go, oh, let's cut the umbilical cord and
No, but the animals will lick and chew it off of their babies usually within the first day. So you're talking about the way it was wobbling, the umbilical cord, the fact that it was still damp in places, most likely was no more than about a half hour to an hour old. And it's running around the mountain peaks up in the top of the Badlands, climbing the cliffs like, whee! It's like, I get that's what the animals do, but you compare it to us and we're such frail animals. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because it's a baby. It's just a baby.
Just an itty bitty thing. I love it though so much. It's stuff I enjoy. I don't know. Part of it's luck. Part of it's other stuff, but I have a natural drive to this stuff anyways. Look at that one.
That's more floofy.
Floofy baby. You can see as it started to dry, right?
Twitter is depressing, period. It's not just your feed.
Twitter is basically where all the bigots, assholes, and sacks of shit go to meet. So this is to give you all a clue. I will be getting more stuff up, trying to finish books, trying to get prints ready, all that stuff. Sorry, I'm not trying to yawn. I'm hyper. I'm not hyper. No. Look at that one.
It looks like it's ready to chase you.
Which is funny because it wasn't even walking towards me. It was walking towards a car in front of us. But yeah. It's just, there's something more wholesome about being in nature. And as I say this, I realize you're the one who gives me lectures all the time that I need to quit doing crazy shit to be around the animals.
Yeah, but you know the reason.
Because I'm a crazy bitch?
Part of it.
I am excited with some of my work, but I'm also sometimes not 100% sure how I'm going to make some of this stuff work. Baby.
Wow, what was that? Hello?
Okay, that was weird.
You cut off for a second, or got a delay.
Yeah, my phone was buzzing like it was insane, but there was nothing going off for an alarm.
You got a message from... So yeah, the signal interfered with the your microphone.
Okay.
It's so freaky. Like before, when like sometimes when I'm like my phone is there, I could see like the signal interference it causes with some electrical object. But if I'm outside and I have my phone, I could feel like the incoming call coming through because of the signal interference. Strange.
Our sort of life is very, very strange. There's Misha. I told you I visit her a lot.
Hmm.
And I mean, a lot. I like Misha.
What's the meaning behind the name, or was it just like kind of a
It's the name that she
public
has at
thing?
the zoo. I don't remember why they named her it.
Because normally stuff like that, they go to the public and go, "What should we name this newborn?" and stuff like that. But they do it at the Toronto Zoo for a lot of newborns.
I just know she had that name long before I knew she existed, so.
Hmm.
This folder of pictures of her has almost 1,200 in it. Oops. Just in that folder. Misha. Like I said, it's to the point now where I go over to that zoo and she hears my voice and she comes over and nuzzles at the glass next to me.
Oh, it's in the glass enclosure. Oh, kidding.
Mm-hmm.
Makes sense. Safer.
Look at it. She's docile towards me. She growls at most of the people all the time when they come close to the glass. She's getting old and crabby. But she purrs at me.
That's probably why you two connect.
Not that old bitch.
I know.
She's my girl, though. I love her. I don't know. I don't know why I connect to animals like I do. There is no reason I should have so many wild animals and animals that are mostly wild from these habitats and zoos connect to me like they do and love to see me and come over to visit me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I tell people and they don't believe me till they actually see it in person. Then they're like, you're not kidding. It's like, no, animals like me. I don't know why.
Something similar to me. Like suburban animals tend to kind of find every time, everywhere. Mostly rabbits.
This one could use just a little clarifying. Honestly, just a little bit.
Oh, you're just using the
just for now,
windows.
So I can see it better until I get a better editor. Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
These are temp folders, which edits, which is why I'm giving them kind of goofy names, you know? That's enough for me to get an idea what it'll be like and use it as an example for other edits. I need to get a good editor, but we're still looking into them, so. You know how I am. I'm a big picky pain in the butt.
Yeah. Do you have the raw file?
Oh, all of these I have the base file.
Yeah, the raw files, because that is normally what you'd want to send to an editor.
But all of these are the files as the phone saves them. They're not edited before that.
Oh, these are phone pictures. Yeah, that'll be a different.
No, these aren't phone pictures.
Oh, but you said phone.
Camera. I have this tendency to invert words and use the wrong one. You know this.
Yeah, I want clarification. You're confusing me.
Well, suck it up, bitch. I mean, no. I mean, all of my cameras. I put the folders in here just straight up. I like what I do, though. So I'm trying to sort things. I'm trying to make sense out of a lifetime of folders and all this stuff. And I don't know.
Well, a lot of photos to go through.
Yeah. That's putting it mildly, actually.
Get sorted.
I have been working really hard on it this year. You know that.
I know. But
Egos. This is still one of my favorite shots.
It's use it as your back. Yeah, there it is. I could see it right there.
Actually, it's not quite the same one, but I've taken a few similar shots like that. See, the one back there is a little bit different angle and lighting. This is what started me in getting close-up black and whites of eagles, because I love the effect. And then there's the picture that freaks a lot of people out.
Why?
Because a lot of people are big squeamish babies, and they don't like watching it rip apart the guts of a deer.
Have they been watching like National Geographic when they were younger or stuff like that? Like, geez, they weren't shy to show that stuff in the PBS stuff and whatnot. It's not. It shouldn't be something new like that people haven't seen before.
But
if they are,
you gotta admit that's a good shot, though. So anyway, I wanted to update people a bit on what I've been doing, because this is the work, this is the life, this is everything I've been working at, and I at least finally have the computer where I can start working on it again. And I'm excited. I really am. Also, I found my poetry journal I've been trying to find for a while. Which is also good, because I do plan to start doing some videos where I'm actually doing some of the poems and tonings and stuff like that, and reciting and all that. What was that?
When are you planning on doing that?
Once I can figure out the good setup where I can record the sound clearer and record the sound in somewhere where I can clean up the noise and stuff, because I'm less concerned about being on camera in those than having it actually sound good. So I might run it through editors like I did when I was doing the
we could discuss that.
Warrior Drake.
Because I'm pretty sure I'm coming out pretty clear and pretty. It's not like it doesn't sound bad. There's a lot of things you could do.
Darkness will consume me, in misery it will bind me, will none so clearly redefine me.
Yeah.
Why, when I start speaking to recite my poetry, do I start sounding British? It's not on purpose.
Yes, Azeroth Metronome Zinthos.
So I got higher end cameras. I'm moving up in the world. And my photo qualities are just getting better.
You want the world to know.
And I think I need to run the closing stuff and end the stream, because I'm getting a little lightheaded. Everyone out. I need to end the stream. So I have to run closing stuff, because this is on the one that's on the network stuff I do. So everyone out there, thank you so much for tuning in and giving some support and some time. And I am so glad I got to see you all and spend a bit of time with you. And I will talk to you all later.
Got it.
Comic Books for Kids provides comic books to kids in hospitals and cancer centers across the U.S. It's a place where we can all work together to make sure every child has a comic book. 100% of all proceeds go towards the kids. It's about making a difference, and while they're in the hospital, allowing them to fly like a superhero, battle dragons, or rescue teddy bears. We are in every state in the country and now support over 160 hospitals. Every month, we add more.
Visit